Fans, are you ready to go truck and tractor bowling here tonight? Let me hear you. Are you with me? Who's excited? That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you're excited as I am. We're going to kick it off right here. Funk and moving. Sponsor, Rose Time Diesel Truck with the Buck family's first of 2 entries from this team distance here in the hot farm class. International fans love area. First pass of the 2023 season. John Meyer Jr. from Head, Wisconsin. When he settled in, picked the front end up. He was on a monster pass. If you haven't got a Snapchat video yet, this one right here would be a good one to take care of that. Here we go, Robbie Lemke, new Generation Plus. Put your hands together. One of the legends in the sport of truck and tractor bowling here tonight at Darlington. Lead on the good pass. A little louder for you. He said no to the video. That's the leader code for China. Chuck Gutenberg getting busted out over there to 316. Elementary Baker, Glen Haven, Wisconsin. Case IH. Next hook. .321 Smart to beat for Adam Adrian.
Are you ready to talk Badger State truck and tractor pulling? Hello, everybody. Jason Schultz here with the Beer Money Pulling Team. El Senor Presidente Greg Elsing of the Badger State Tractor Pullers down there in the left corner. Exciting show for you tonight. We're going to recap the last 3 pulls last week. We were in Jefferson on Wednesday night. That got started late because of the rain. And it's funny because we haven't talked about rain all year, Greg, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. Baraboo got a couple classes in. Darlington got their full show come in. And then we're going to talk about points. We're going to talk about the winners, and Greg will kind of recap each event. And then we'll talk about the Greene County Fair Thursday night in Monroe. And then Friday night, the Badger State Tractor Pullers will be in Helenville, Wisconsin. So welcome, everybody. Throw your comments, questions into the chat here, and Greg and I will answer your questions the best we can. So I'm going to move Greg over so he's not on top of my points there. That was my setup on my screen here. Greg, give me 1 second. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
Living the dream.
Recovering from a long weekend, I'm going to tell you that.
I'm telling you, the older we get, the harder the recovery is, if that makes sense. So.
It is. Well, we got, Darlington, that ends the weekend. That's always a late night.
It sure is. So welcome, everybody, again to Down and Dirty, the Badger State Tractor Pullers, every single Monday night, 7 o'clock, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. And all of our thoughts and prayers are with John Stranley and his wife, Kristen. She's back in UW. And John is also one of the hosts of this show on Monday nights, and he's with his bride tonight. So we're hoping that she continues to have that courageous fight with cancer and battle, and she can win that damn battle and get back to normal. So, but yeah, let's get right at it. Greg, Jefferson, Wisconsin, 3 Badger State classes, Super Farms, Pro Stocks, and Limited Pros. I know they had a bunch of rain Wednesday during the day, and then I text Nick Gallitz during the day, and he's like, Schultz, we got equipment. If it's not raining at showtime, we'll make it happen. So let's talk about Jefferson a little bit.
And they did. There was a lot. When we got there at 6 o'clock, it didn't look good at all, but they peeled it off and it up, and it was probably the best track we've had in Jefferson in many years.
Awesome.
Took a hour.
So Don Slama won the Super Farm class at 3:10.91. Trip Downing 3:03 second. Dan Vinny was third with Crank It Up. Corey Fritz was fourth. Barman fifth. Blackburn sixth. It's funny I love seeing Blackburn's name on a Super Farm tractor. I know Brandon made a funny post. What if I told you, it was like one of those Matrix ones. What if I told you Josh Blackburn was 5th in points for, if everybody doesn't know, Josh is building and testing a Super Farm out for a puller who actually lives in California, I believe. Is that right, Greg?
Yeah, I think he came and pulled it at Chopir. I think he did.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Then you can see the top 10 there. Josh was 6th, Mitch Berg 7th, Smith back 8, Dalkey 9, and then Vinny was 10th. Limited Pro, the hometown boy, the hardest pull to win, Greg, is your hometown pull, and Nick Gallitz did it. So
he made a pass from hell there. It was a nice pass.
Yeah, he had to. And normally we don't see, 10, 15 feet between first and second like that. I mean, it's not that sometimes it happens like that. Normally everybody's grouped in really, really tight.
Especially in that class, yeah. Yep.
But Nick was 1, John Meyer was 2, Kathy Gallitz 3. So Gallitz went 1 and 3 in their hometown poll. So good to see Kathy on the tractor. Cootsie, not far down the road, got 4th, Geitzel 5th. Feller 6th, Gerlach 7th, Geezy 8th. Nice to see James Geezy hooking with Badger State. Josh Dutton 9th, Steve Adams 10, Mason Elsing 11th, and Scott Burkhart was 12th. Yep. And then Pro Stocks, Die Hard Deer. Wow, holy cow! Wildman laid one out there.
He did. He drove it out of the hole better than anybody. We had to reset the sled. We were supposed to pull before the Limited Pros, and then we reset the sled. Somebody, I forget who went first, and Frank Molitor. Craig Ladwig went first, and Frank Molitor went second, and Frank was like 7 feet from the wall. We can't run that way,
right? And
we had to reset the sled. And we waited until after the Limited Pros and pulled again, and that's how it shook out.
Gotcha. If you're just joining us, Jason Schultz here, Greg Elsing live with the Badger State Tractor Pullers Down and Dirty. We do this every single Monday night. Got a lot of people joining in the comments right now. Are you covering Vanderburgh County, Indiana? No, that's not Badger State. Will you be at Bowling Green? My son and I are driving down from Maine. No, that's not Badger State. So, no. Greg, is there a Badger State poll? Yeah, there would be.
Yeah, soccer. Yep. Soccer. Yeah.
Anyway, Wildman Die Hard Deer 317. That's just awesome. Brinkmeyer second at 279. Round was third at 276. Molitor fourth. Ladwig fifth. Randy Brew fifth. Ryan Coates seventh. And Jason Round eighth with Industrial Force there. So great show there in Jefferson. That's one heck of a fair. Been there many times. They want to come in the grandstands, put on a great show, and then get everybody back out to the grandstands or out to the carnival, spending money and stuff like that. So
Yep.
normally, like a middle of the week fair like that isn't exciting, Greg. But man, that whatever it is about Jefferson, there are a freaking lot of people there, buddy.
There's a lot of motorheads there, and the crowd was down a little bit because of the weather.
Yeah.
This year, usually they pack the stands, but I would say it was a third to a half full. But it sure didn't look like we were going to get anything done at 6 o'clock. So, but it got her done.
Yep. No, I totally understand that completely. All right, let's switch over to Baraboo and shoot. I don't have anything on the website, Greg, for results, so I don't know. I know we got a couple classes in, right?
Yeah, we got 2 finished. Light limiteds finished, and so did 640.
Did Wittenbach win light limiteds? I think I saw on Facebook.
No, Mark did. Mark Wittenbach did. Yep,
let me scroll through Facebook quick, Greg.
Yep.
I know somebody had posted. Let's see here.
Well, we didn't. We pulled 2 trucks and all but 2 super farms. The super farm out front was Trip Downing when we quit, and we had 2 tractors left. Well, Jason Finney shot it out there at the end when it was raining. He's
okay
there, and we had to quit right after him because it started raining.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But we had a there. I think there was 13 pro stocks there because Simons were there too.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
They had their 2-wheel drive trucks and their pro stocks there, and Round was there. Everybody else was there.
Yeah, I know they were pretty pumped up about all that, having Simons there. And I know Simons were pretty tight with Deppies, with the 2-wheelers and the mods. So I felt like Simons have always supported that real well. So there's some good stuff there. So
yep, they're good friends, I guess. Yep.
And then let's move to Darlington. But from the pictures I saw, Greg, the grandstands were full Friday night in Baraboo. Am I right?
Packed, yeah. It was again. I mean, they knocked it out of the park because they also got their rain insurance money too.
Oh wow, well that's a part of it. And if you're watching, you don't know what rain insurance is. Promoters can hire or buy rain insurance. Basically, I think it's 6-hour windows or 8-hour windows, and based upon how much you want to for it. Yep.
To the fair office.
You could get on the gas pipe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute Gilby here for a second while we're chatting up about all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Greg, do you know where the Kloss Pro has been lately?
They're working on it right now. It's their motor, my motor, and the Fenton motor are all at Lemke's right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. So waiting on parts. We're waiting on pistons.
Okay, Mark from the Red Line Fever pulling team's checking in. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Yep.
Okay, so Darlington. Darlington, from the videos I saw in the pictures, and we sold a ton of Badger State merchandise down there Saturday. And I actually Friday night was off to a really good start, Greg, for the amount of for the shortened show.
Yeah.
Sold a lot of Badger State hoodies and stuff and t-shirts. Well, not a lot of hoodies, but a lot of t-shirts and hats. And then Darlington was really good. So.
Yep. Darlington was packed as usual.
Yeah, I saw the pictures, just insane in the videos.
Yep.
Chandler went down to the farm pull Sunday, and he said he overheard somebody talking, and they said, we sold a lot of beer last night.
But I think that, over $25,000 worth of beer last year. So profit off. That was the profit off it, I think. I mean,
there's Lafayette County Fair. Boom.
Yeah, a lot of thirsty people there.
I love it. So let's go through the Darlington results. Ryan Funk with Funkin' Movin' was number 1 at 329, and the Pro Stock 36 diesel trucks. Jamie Lars was number 2 at 324.9. Joe Wiltz was 3 with Relentless. Stranley out of hand 4th. Josh Dahl 5th, and then Jake Thompson 6th. Ben Schimpf, Troy Richoff with Kurt, Travis Van Huysen with 9, and Jared Rip was 10th. So good class 360 diesel trucks. That class, Greg, has really been a blessing to Badger State.
Oh, they are.
The way they stepped it up. And I remember the whole not controversy, but nobody wanted to go to the cut tires, and somebody did. And I'm so glad they did, because it makes them look different and mean, and they're just awesome. And they put on a great show. Great show.
That's a good bunch of trucks that will pull together quality as there is in the country.
Yep, I agree.
Trucks, yep.
466 hot farm, big class again. 16 of them. Dan's Honor was number 1, was still digging at 315. I swear there's been a different winner every single week in the hot farm class, Greg. I swear.
Yep.
I don't know if there's been a double up yet or not. So.
I forget one tractor. The International has won twice, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember his name, but
that's okay. Somebody will know that's watching the show. We got a bunch of people watching tonight. Somebody's watching on one of the Facebook groups. He says, them funkers are good diesel truck pullers. So I like how they said that. Them funkers. That should be a new T-shirt for them, Greg.
Right. Good funker pullers.
Good. Oh, goodness. Dan's Zauner was number 1. Adam Adrian, number 2. Look how tight they were, Greg. 315, 314, 313, 312, 311, 310, 310, 310.
And they came, the top 5 came back for the shootout at the end of the night. They were 2 out of that class. And I think
did Adam win the shootout?
Yep, I think Adam won the shootout.
That's what I thought I saw in the video.
Yep.
Adam Adrian was 2 for the points hook. David Baker was 3. Dominic Holgoffer was 4th. Dominic is the one who won in Edgerton.
Yep, I think he won
5th.
I think he won in Chopir too.
Okay.
Yep. Or at the benefit pool, one of the two.
No, that was benefit pool was Eric Vesbach.
Okay.
He bought Dutton's hot farm.
Okay.
Pat Holmes 8th, Rod Hogan 9th. So what's the deal? So the 640s can jump in the 466 class, or no, the 466 can jump in the 640 class this year, right?
Rod's still 466.
That's right. I got that mixed in. Yep. But 16 awesome hot farms there.
Yep.
Saturday nights. Limited pros. John Meyer Jr. 301, 305.196.
Yep.
Quincy was number 2. Jared Fredericks, Wild Bucks was number 3. Adam Stevens was number 4. Let's see here. Gilby, I'll get you on in a little bit, buddy. Just hang tight there. I think Derek can hear us. Let's see here. High maintenance, Bill Smith.
Yeah, I can.
Number 5. Okay, cool, Derek. 12, 4.1 limited pros. Bill Smith 5th, Josh Dutton 6th, Mike Gerlach 7th, Scott Olson 8, Tony McDonald 9, Jordan Herring 10, Avery Elsing 11, Scott Burkhart 12th. Pro Stocks, Mr. Lemke came down. Awesome. New Generation Plus takes the win at 309. Coates's out, fueling the fire, 307. Travis Wildman 3rd. After the Jefferson, Jared Brinkmeyer 4th, Blaine Stam 5th, Frank Mauldner 6th, Randy Brew 7th, Jason Round 8th, Mason Elsing 9, Jason Round number 10. Mason drove the pro?
Yep.
Is that his first time?
Beautiful hole shot, as good as you're going to get. About 150 feet, he broke a piston.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, Greg.
Yep. So it's
Is that his first time on the pro stock?
Yep.
Has Avery ever drove it?
Not that one. He's driven Randy's.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It is. Yeah, he'll got here sometime. Hopefully in Sauk. Hopefully if it's still running. We got to keep it running once.
Yep. Super Farm, Chuck Gutenberg, positive ground, takes the win in Darlington at 316.56. Man, him and Tripp. Wow, look at that. About a half an inch separates first and second there. Tripp Downey and Homegrown was second.
Yep.
316.487. Vinny was 4th. Slama 5th. Slama was 4th. Casey Fritz was 5th. Mike Jelly, Brian Barman, Mitch Berg, Jay Smithback, Josh Blackburn, Johnny Dalkey, Mike Baker in that order. I want to review points real quick before we bring on Gilby. Start talking about upcoming polls this week. If you guys have any questions or comments, throw them in the chat, please, so Greg and I can answer those.
Yeah, other thing in news that came out this week is Jason Finney bought a tire cutting machine. He's cuts tires already, but
Who does?
Bought his own machine to do it, I guess.
Who did?
Jason Finney.
Jason Finney.
Yep.
He needs more stuff to do. So.
Yep. He does a really good job at the ones I've seen him do. So.
Well, I know that when you had him, when you had interviewed and went down to the shop, you and John did the shop tours.
Yep.
You had talked about that a little bit, I think. So.
Right.
So let's buzz through the points. Light Pro tractor season points. I'm at bstponline.com. All of you can do this anytime. I see a lot of comments on Facebook, and the comments like, "Where's the results from this poll, guys?" It's on the website. It's super easy to navigate. and make it all happen there. So
Usually updated pretty quickly.
Yep. Light Pro points as of Macville Saturday night. Burkholtzes are in first at 148. Cartwright second at 146. Castor 136. Cartwright 134. Steph is 124, and then Paulson's are 42. They missed a hook or two. 466 Hot Farm points are current through. Come on, Internet. You can do it. Let's see. Through Darlington, so they're up to date. Dominic Holgroffer sitting on top right now at 189. This is how points work with Badger State, everybody. 50 for first, 48 for second, 46 for third. Work your way down to 25. So if there's more than 10 in the class, everybody gets 25 points for the last spots. If there's ever rain, Greg just splits points with everybody. That's how that works. Everybody that showed up.
Points, 25 points also.
Yep. Dominic Holgroffer, he is first at 189. Mike and Tracy with Diamond Deer are 185. Loughborough's, the defending points champs, are third at 177. David Baker's at 172. And then Lane and Cole Meyer are in fifth at 169, tied with Eric Vestbach. So Dominic off to a really good, strong start for basically his rookie year, chasing Badger State points in the Hot Farm class. Arguably one of the most competitive classes in Badger State.
It is by far.
640 Pro Farm. I think we've had a couple hooks with them. Waiting for my internet.
Yeah.
Through Darlington, Brad Struder out of North Prairie with the Ford 8630 Blue Venom is in first at 100. Nick Cunningham, last year's points champions, in second at 94. Rod Hogan's in third at 92. David Schultz with the Cases in fourth at 88. And then Ken and Derek Mike out of Westfield at Binder Time in fifth with 82 points. Let's see here. Points, tractor classes, limited pro. So 4-1 points as of Darlington. Cootsy's in the lead. He's your defending points champ as well. And sitting out there, number first at 235. John Meyer Jr. is in second at 227. The Elsings are in third at 219. Dutton's in fourth at 212. Fredericks and Feller in fifth at 211 right now. Let's see here. Light limited super stock points through Baraboo. Steve Zen is in first at 196.
He's really running good.
Yeah, well, and then his brother's in second at 188. Wittenbach's in third at 174. Wachholz is in fourth at 168, tied with Runkle. Kleckler then would be in fifth, technically at 162, while being sixth, because we got tied for fourth right now. So Zenzes are running away with it early in the season.
They are.
But points to races are won and lost in the next 2 weeks if you can just keep them on the track. You know that.
Yep.
Let's see here. Points, tractor, Super Farm. Through Darlington, Trip Downing, or just homegrown, the three of them in the lead at 314, way out there. Got a 34-point lead right now. 24-point lead on second. Vinny's are in second at 290. Powell Blackburn in third at 280. Smithbacks in fourth at 274. Mitch Berg's in fifth at 270 right now. Your top five in Super Farm. So tractor and then pro stock points through Darlington. Wildmans are in the lead at 253. Brinkmeyers, again, we're talking points, guys.
Yeah.
Brinkmeyers are in second at 239. Molitor's third at 233. Baru fourth at 225. And then Ladwig's in fifth right now at 182. Greg, you're sitting in the sixth spot, but obviously you've had some breakage and haven't made some hooks, and that hurts.
Yep.
Let's swing over to the truck classes super quick. Two-wheel drive. Through Baraboo, Kyle Timmerman with Hot Nasty in first at 161. Scott Deering is in second with Overload at 159. Willie Deppy's in third at 157. The side job, Ethan Fredericks out of New Glarus is in fourth at 145. Then Wayne Timmerman's in fifth at 86 points. So tough group of two-wheel drive trucks there.
Yep.
3-6. Let's see here.
It's a long week to keep everybody running too.
Oh yeah, and it's only going to get worse.
It is, yeah.
Pro stock diesel trucks. This is your 3.6 diesel trucks. Funks, they're your defending points champs. They're in first right now at 308. Stahl Lemke with Thicker and Bloods in second at 292. Lars is in third with the General at 290. Kurt, David Stahl, Troy Richoff are in fourth at 282. Greg Stranley's in fifth at 276. You can kind of tell by the points grid that they pretty much all of them have been at all the hooks. So that's 10 plus. That's solid. And then our 3 have our 3-0s had a hook yet, Greg?
No, I don't have a hook for them this year.
Okay. So I will click on that just to verify, and you're 100% accurate. So if you're just joining us live with Down and Dirty at the Badger State Tractor Pullers, we just recapped last weekend. Jefferson, Baraboo, Darlington, then recap the up-to-date season points. Now we're going to bring on Derek Gilbertson with Monroe from the Greene County Fair. He is the official hooker of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. So
Professional hooker.
He even has a T-shirt, I think. Don't you, Gilby? You got your T-shirt on, Gilby?
I do not know.
Oh man, that's such a cool T-shirt. So
I think everybody's seen it with your page there, Schultz. So
well, it's every time I post that, it's pretty popular. So it's all good. I'm going to put the overlay, Derek, on the screen, and let's just review the Greene County Fair here. This Thursday night, July 20th, 6:30 p.m. This is the Greene County Fair. This is the same location as the. Is that the Green? What's the year?
The Fall Nationals.
Fall Nationals. I was trying to say Greene County Fall Nationals, but it's the Fall Nationals. Hawthorne's big charity pull. You're going to 5 classes this Thursday night. 6,500 light limited super stocks. Currently in the points lead is Zen's Brothers on that. 2-wheel drives will be there. Timmermans are leading the points. 10,000 pro stocks. Wildman's leading the points. Limited pro stocks. Cootsy's leading the points. Hot Farm, Holdengoffer, Dominic's leading the points. So you're going to see 5 awesome classes this Thursday night in Monroe. So Derek, talk to us, my man.
Well, last year, before Fall Nationals, I guess the fair, I should start with there. We had a rough season, or rough pull. But Hawthorne's, they went and put a lot of work into the track before their pull in the fall last year. And they kind of knocked it out of the park. So hopefully it kind of lays over into this year again and everything goes well and we have a nice pull.
That would be good. A lot of pulling fans in Greene County, obviously, and then as well as a lot of pullers. Derek, talk about all the local pullers that this is their hometown pull.
Yeah. I mean, that's with the 5 classes that we pick. We try to get everybody in Greene County. Kind of like all the local fairs and stuff like that. So yeah, we always look forward to having Badger State out here for Thursday night, and I know a lot of the people in our area and surrounding areas also too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's the key to having a good pull. Make sure you involve the local pullers. Okay. You get all their fans and family members there.
It's getting to be tough. We're starting to get a bigger 2-wheel drive truck class down here in the Greene County area. So.
Yep.
It started with one, when Ron Austin had his, and then, now we got Beaner and all them guys, and and so.
Yep. That's it. But they got fans down there too that come watch 2-wheel drive trucks.
Oh yeah, and Timmermans, they ain't too far away.
Nope. They're. Did you get any dirt hauled in on the track this year, Derek? Or
so last year we were gonna do that. It just. I was talking a lot with Larry and Mark on that. I don't want to screw their pull up, so I want to work with them guys on everything. And we were working together, and it just kind of, winter got to it before we were able to, and we didn't want to do nothing this spring with the track with, without it not going through a frost and everything before the pull. So
right.
As of right now, it's just kind of the way it was when Fall Nationals got done. They buttoned it up for us and got it ready for the fair pull this year.
Yep. Roomed her in.
Yep.
So, what else you got going on at the fair other than the tractor pull this year, Derek?
Wednesday night we got the rodeo starting at 7, and then Thursday night's Badger State. Friday night we got our local pull with the lawnmower pulls going on at the same time. Kind of kills that dead space in between at a local pull,
Yep.
Got semis, 9,000 pound tractor class, 12,000 kind of like a hot farm, 16, 8, we just kind of make the classes as they come in and we run them across the scale, but it's usually a 12, 14, 18, and then front wheel assist and duals, the unlimited class. And we, 2 years ago we brought in semis, and unbelievably, we had a pretty good turnout with the semis the last few years. So that's kind of the big crowd hit for Friday night.
Yep.
And Saturday night we got starting at 9 in the morning. We got the antiques, and then we got the horse pulls starting at 10. And then every year we have a tug of war championship out here on the infield on Saturday. And then Saturday afternoon, starting at 4, we got four-wheeler races. They were just up there in Baraboo last week. And
Yep.
then Saturday night, we got from 4 to 7, we got Frank Bush and the names in our beer tent. And then Eli and the faster horses is Saturday night from 8 to 11. And then on Friday night in our beer tent, we got the smoothies. They're kind of a local hit around here. And then Sunday for demo, which starts at 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Hey, Gilby, swine check-in was today from noon to 8 p.m. Did you get your piggies checked in?
Yeah, yep. I took my girlfriend in, and she passed. I'll to walk her down the ring tomorrow. So.
Oh goodness, you are dead. You're never. I don't even know what to say, Gilbert. I'm trying to behave on these shows and be all professional, and you just. I gotta mute myself, Gilbert. I gotta mute myself right now, buddy.
Yeah, it's hard to get you speechless. I know.
Well.
Sounds like an ass whooping to me coming in. It's good.
Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it looks like the weather's going to be good. I know Thursday they're calling, I think, for, maybe 30-40%, but hopefully that'll hold off. Tonight we had the rural fire department out here. They were practicing and sprayed a little water on the track to help us out and try to keep up.
Did you get any of these rains we had up here the last few days?
Saturday, I think we got about 3/4 of an inch.
Okay.
And before, on Saturday, but, we checked the track and we haven't really, our water tank broke down on Saturday, so we haven't been really able to water it since Saturday. So the rural said they'd come out and practice tonight, and they dumped some water on it for us, and, and they were able to practice and get the track wetted down for us again. So
perfect. Yep. So you got any sponsors that you want to thank?
Yeah.
You want to thank?
Obviously, Badger State and all their sponsors, we'd like to thank them guys for allowing us to have you guys out here to poll and everything. Fall Nationals, Larry Hawthorne, Mark Hawthorne, and their crew for all the work they did on the track last year. I mean, it was rough last year for us for fair, but, sometimes that's polling. So,
Yep, that happens.
There's no blame to go there. I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's all us, and we've all moved on. So
I know, Gilby. I got yelled at last year for posting some of the videos because I sent Mackenzie down there, so we quit posting them. So
once I heard John Kuntz not John Kuntz, but Josh Dutton got a gouge in his leg for how bad it was bouncing. I knew we had to do something because I didn't want anybody to get hurt and hurt their equipment. You guys got a lot of time and stuff stuck into them, and I didn't want to see nothing break. And I know when Scott was running the sled, he was taking some major abuse, and it was just time to call it. That's why I called you guys down there before we started the pro stock class and let you guys vote.
And they broke the sled.
But yeah, the other, I guess, sponsors or people helping us out. Jason Marshall Farms out of Brooklyn. They donate a lot of equipment and some of their helpers to come out and help run the track equipment during the poll and stuff like that. Sloan's, they come out and do the test hooking, and they also sponsor some equipment for us to use. And we all know the infamous John Anderson. Does he have
his shirt? Does he have his shirt on right now? Have you seen him today?
No. Being that we opened up the grounds this year for beer and stuff, and we licensed it all. John said he's going to be out here in a thong drinking White Claw, so everybody look forward to that on Thursday night.
Now, and everybody that just heard that thought, no way. Nope, this is actually one of the times that you're going to see a grown-ass man in a thong drinking a White Claw. Like, if he's the one guy, like Greg and I might say we do something like that, but we'd be like, you know what, we better not. But John's like, all right, whatever.
I say we call out Greg and have him do it too.
No, he's the president of the Badger State. We got to keep him respectful.
He'll never say I'm
But no, John throughout the week, he provides us with some equipment, the rakes and some skid loaders, stuff like that. But for Friday night, he's kind of the backbone, and he's kind of helped me out a lot to keep that pole going. A couple years ago, he brought it back, and it kind of escalated pretty quickly. So, but obviously, like the Monroe Rural Fire Department for coming out and doing the track tonight, they're also helping us with parking on Thursday night. So, Elsivia for the water tanks and the sprayer, Matt and Nick Mavis, they do a lot of the track stuff with me behind the scenes, and Pat Hack, he came.
I've heard of him, Gilby.
Yeah, he came down Saturday and looked at the track with me and gave me, kind of set a plan in place, and that's what we're kind of rolling with. And he said he's going to come down and give us a hand here on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon and help us get everything rolled together. But I mean, I think I've watched Larry many years now putting this track together. And, last year I thought I had it nailed on the head, but when the grader guy told me that he couldn't grade it, I knew there was problems. But
yeah. So Pat, if you get Pat, he built a new scraper for front of a skid steer.
Yeah.
Well,
he showed it to us on Saturday.
And it does work well. He put some thought and effort into that. And
it's impressive.
It's been keeping the starting lines together better than anything else we've done so far. So
yeah, he said he was dropping it off here after Darlington, and we haven't seen the trailer yet, so he must have took it back home with him. But
he else took it from Darlington, if I remember right, and they're going to drop it off. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, it'll show up here, but
yeah.
I think, obviously I'm on the board, but I still got to thank the Greene County Fair for allowing us to have a good American sport like this out here for the fair and everything like that. So,
Gilby, last week we were talking about, just like the towns and the communities, like you talk about in Darlington, you talking about in Monroe, just the local pullers alone, to put on an event like that. I would just, everybody you've said are big names, in Badger State and in pulling. It's wow. Like what a congregation of them all within probably 20, 30 miles of expertise and, fans that will come out to watch their family. It's awesome. I mean, I've been to the fair convention with Greg multiple times over the years. And just kind of the camaraderie, Gilby, that you see with everybody, with Badger State and the fairs and the pulls. It's awesome. It gives you goosebumps when you really think about it, and all the work and the teamwork that goes into putting all these events on.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. When I first started helping Badger State, I think this is my 8th booking. Well, this year I kind of had to step back a little bit. I know I didn't really want to, but family choices, I had to a little bit. And
well, after the comment earlier, you might have free time again.
yeah. No, it's just, I had a lot going on this summer, and it was a hard decision for me to make because, Badger State, it's a family in itself. And, 8 years ago when Steve Johnsrud came up and he asked me about doing it at Monroe Fair. And, after that, I was just kind of stuck. And, usually if you're just a normal person sitting in the stands, it's just beer drinking and horsepower. But when you go to the benefit or the banquet in December, it turns a whole different side of Badger State, and it's an amazing thing to be part of.
Yeah, I actually got told by Tripp Downing's crew that they were so honored to be at the Badger State banquet last year and had so much fun that they said everybody should go to that just to see what's done there and what's happens there. And actually, President one of the banks, Compeer, come up to me. He says, the first time we had Badger State tractor pullers ask you to the banquet, come for appreciation dinner. Nobody wanted to do it, and I did it. And he says, now I tell everybody it's a terrible time, but I always go do it.
I think last year's one of the first years. One of the first years last year was one of our fair boards, or 2 years ago, one of our fair boards members went, and he was also blown away. And, I try to get it to where we rotate all of our fair board members out so they can come and experience and see the other side of what Badger State provides.
Well, I think if you're not like addicted to truck and tractor pulling like we are, and everybody watching the show right now, Gilby, you think, oh, just a banquet. But when you see the professionalism of it, and you see these grown-ass men donating a lot of money and time, and the tears when they do the American Family Children's Hospital deal, that's really it's just it pulls it all together. It pulls it all together. Then it turns into Darlington about 11 p.m. again, but it's still fun. I mean, it's very, very fun. It's like we get both all at once. So
The good thing is we usually get to watch the Badgers in the Big Ten championship game. Watch Iowa.
I knew you were going to say something, but I got to behave. I'm working on my professional image, Greg. So
All right.
So I'm 47 now. My wife said it's time to grow up. So it's
Isn't
time to
it?
grow up. Yep.
Yeah, but you're still the biggest kid.
Oh, I love it.
No, I mean, for the hooking wise, I mean, like I say, this year I don't want to take the whole season off, but just this year I'm in charge of all the grandstand stuff. So I'm not going to be able to hook at Monroe this year, but I'm hoping next year to be back and, you know, doing it at the Children's Hospital this year. I went home and told the wife, I'm like, I got to go back. And she's like, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. And, you know, you get the wife in on it and it makes it a lot tougher decision. So I don't live with Badger State pullers. I got to live with my wife.
Yep.
Right. You might not be after your earlier comment.
She won't hear it. Hopefully.
Oh, I know who this is. Comment. This is Doug Borth, and he works for me. He used to work for me, Greg, until a couple of minutes ago. He says, Greg, I have season tickets. Let's take Schultz to pick on him. Because you guys gave a bunch of money to that new guy from Ohio State. He said, Badgers are going to be mean. Don't get me wrong. But I'm still not going to take any crap from Doug Borth or Greg Elstein or anybody like that. So I always say, oh, Mr. Season Ticket holder. Oh, we got to go rah, rah, rah. So it's all good.
Yep.
It's fun.
Go along. But
so I didn't know you were on the fair board down there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this will be my 4th year. So
wow. Is it like community service or did you volunteer?
Volunteered.
Are you vice president now or something?
I stepped down from that position this year and took over the grandstand events because, you know, just trying to get things changed up. You know, the way I look at it is you can only hold a role so long on it in a consecutive year before you want to change it up and just to get some new blood in there and stuff like that. So, so this year I took over the grandstand events and trying to get some cooler and more of a crowd in. And, you know, obviously we're here to make money to make it stay afloat. Otherwise, without the fans and with all the people that come through that gate, you know, we wouldn't be here. So,
right. Well, I think it's a good thing that you said you can sell beer on the infield and stuff now and do that. That sounded like.
Yeah, we permitted the whole grounds this year, so you can walk respectfully through everything with a beer in your hand, and you know, obviously, like the pullers, if they could try and support us and help us out and stuff like that, and yeah.
As long as John Anderson isn't in there in a white thong serving beer, I'll buy some.
Found on one side by the end of the night.
Send him through the livestock. Send him through one of the show barns dressed like that, like popcorn, peanuts.
As long as it's a white thong, he can go into the showmanship and the dairy judging and see how he does there.
You know, hey Gilby, you know he's going to do this now. Like there's people watching that are texting him right now. Like this is how this stuff happens. You understand that, right?
He's the one that made the comment he was in the infield tonight with me while the fire department was there and said something about that. And I'm like, well, it's either White Claws or Bud Light, so you choose your point.
White Claw.
I love it.
Choose your thong.
Well, so the story behind all this is we used to have there's a young lady that was trying to sell a leather like horse riding outfit in the office here at the fairgrounds the last couple years, and John says, you know, for $50 I could buy that thing and wear it around the fair and make it look good. And every year we picked on him about it ever since, because I mean he never did it obviously, but it would have been awesome if he would have.
He might have his own assless chaps at home, you never know.
But it's hard to tell.
Gilby, what's your first pulling memory?
Well, there's been a lot of them. Obviously, you know, Monroe Fair has always been one of them. But when I was younger, my brother showed at Freeport Fair. So I don't know if Badger State was back there that many years ago, but you know,
I would think so, Greg. Or what? How long you been involved with Freeport, Greg?
Oh, 30 years for sure.
oh yeah, they were there.
35, 40 years. Yeah. It used to be, we'd pull in the afternoon, and then they had a big pull at night. Badger State was there. And then I don't know if it was NTPA at night. I think it was our first years, and then we kind of took it over after that. So we've been there as long as I've been in Badger State and before that. So
Yeah, so I mean that was one of them, and always seeing the 4-engine modifieds because Freeport's always had the big stuff down there, but
yep.
But obviously 8 years ago when I joined Badger State, that's probably one of my best memories and best things I've done.
Yeah.
Derek, we always ask a question on it. I got about a couple minutes left with you, and then Greg and I need to talk about Helenville for a little bit, and then I need to log off, get ready for Let's Grow Pulling. But if you could drive anybody's tractor, past or present, or truck, and you didn't have to worry about breaking it, this is Ryan Rusink's question we ask every guest on our show. What would you drive, and where would you take it? So no strings attached. If you break it, you don't have to pay for it. It can be past or present too. What would you drive? And you don't have to suck up to Elsing. He doesn't have feelings. So
blue's not my color, so no, it'd probably be it'd probably be Randy Bader's.
Yeah.
He's hoping to get it out. I know he's been working and trying and stuff like that, but I'm hoping to see that sometime this year, hopefully in the near future. But
yeah,
that's their hometown fair, right?
Yep.
Are their kids still big into the steers and all that stuff?
They've graduated and they're in college now.
So he's out of excuses now, is what you're saying, Gilby?
Yeah, Troy is. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I'd like to call Troy out then. So.
Yeah. So, but Randy's still building his El Camino for drag racing, isn't he?
I think so. It's getting closer to being done, but I told him, I said, that ain't nothing. I said, if you got one of these new pro stocks and you're in it with all the power they got now, I said, you're going to need a diaper at your age.
Right.
He goes, I can handle the power. I can handle everything, but
heavy Shell's Banter 7-engine tractor. That's when he would drive Shell.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, it was kind of it was a picture moment there when the old No Fear Deer left. I was surprised that he let it go, but
yeah, he's got a lot of his stuff. I've been there. He keeps a lot of stuff though.
That guy's a pack rat, but
yep,
he's a great. The Bader guy, the whole Bader family are great people. So
yep.
Where did No Fear Deer go? I didn't know they sold that.
Down in Illinois.
It's gonna be a light limited pro, isn't it?
Yeah, I think was it Littles that bought it?
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
They're fixing it up for somebody.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So that was a cast ass, Greg? It wasn't a component?
Oh, yes, it was a cast. It was 60-30. It used to be Lonnie Kramer's tractor. They bought it from him. It was a Badger State board member when I first started pulling way back when. And then they took Monroe machine, or Monroe truck equipment, and they did a bunch of sheet metal work on it and did a lot of stuff to it. It was pretty cool. So I have a roll cage on it.
Okay.
It had the original fuel tank from when they bought it from him on the front of it when it went down to Lance Little's.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, because actually it was, I don't know, 3 months ago you guys had a picture of it. It was on Badger State's or on Schultz's page somewhere along the lines, but I screenshotted it and showed Randy, and he thought it was the coolest thing because I was like, hey, does the background in that picture look familiar? And then we were trying to figure out whose all's trucks were there when they worked there and stuff like that. And
right.
He thought it was pretty neat that you guys had thrown that out there because that was the day that they bought it and it got dropped off at the Bader Ranch. So
really,
I'm guessing that was probably the Badger State page. Brandon stumbles into that stuff a lot. Brandon does 99% of the Facebook stuff on Badger State now. So it's keeping up with all that stuff. He does a good job. So we're going to let you go. Thank you for being the famous hooker of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. It saved you from being a porn star. That's what your t-shirt says. If John Anderson is not a wuss and he does do the thong and the White Claw, we want video evidence. It's very, very important that you send it to us immediately.
Right.
I know a guy who will make him very famous. And then good luck to you, and thanks for all you do for pulling. Again, I'm gonna put the poster back up on the screen, made by the great Ryan Zolik. Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Greene County Fairgrounds, Monroe, Wisconsin. Pro stocks, limited pro stocks, hot farms, super modified, two-wheel drives, light limited super stocks. Thank you, Gilby. Have a good night, buddy.
All right, thanks. We hope to see everybody out here.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Yep.
Greg, let's go. Let's talk about Helenville quick. I'm going to put Nick Gallitz is going to come on Let's Grow Pulling and talk about Helenville a little bit, Greg. But it's really close to Jefferson, isn't Helenville, like right down there?
Yep. 10 minutes.
Isn't this where Lemke lives?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought so.
Lemke's never been to the pull. He's going this year, he said.
Okay, good.
He's always been gone somewhere, so Robbie said, but hopefully he's home building and putting mortars together. Stay here.
I was just going to say, that's got to be hard for you because he's working on your tractor.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
Yep. So
But I know Helen. Is this like a festival? I think, is it the Fireman's Festival? Do you know much about this, Greg? I don't. Sorry.
On Friday night, and then they have Badger trucks on Saturday night.
Okay, so 4.1 limited pros Friday night, 466 hot farms Friday night, as well as the 9,300-pound super farms. Helenville, Wisconsin, the Helenville Super Nationals. Again, another great Badger State poll. And then it literally lets loose now, Greg, after this, buddy. It's crazy.
But this week was pretty much let loose, too.
Yep.
Yeah, three hooks and 4 nights is a lot for pro stocks. I'm telling you that right now.
Yep. No, it's hard. I mean,
this is in any class, really. But
but the pros, it's harder on the pros. It just is. They're big. They're big, and they like to break stuff, and they need a lot of more regular maintenance than any other of the classes do. So.
Yep. But we had a good week overall as far as polls, other than the rain out in Baraboo. I mean, and they were really happy with it. The crowd and the show we were going to be phenomenal, and Darlington was phenomenal, and so was Jefferson. So
yeah,
everybody worked their tails off to get everything done we could.
That I watched the winners video that Chandler put together, and then Ryan put one together as well too. But the people, like I've announced in Darlington over the years, I've never seen that many people between the grandstands, Greg, and the beer garden down there. It was like 10 people deep. It was insane.
It was insane. I think what happened is some of their stuff got rained out, and this night really ready to go or something.
Yep.
So because they did the farm pull on Sunday then because they rained out Wednesday night, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, they did. They did the farm pull Sunday at 11:30 because Chandler went down and got some video at that. So
that's a crazy ass farm pull too.
It's well, we had Lee and Bill on Let's Grow Pulling after we had them on the Badger State show last Monday, and the payouts on some of their farm stock classes because of the local sponsors is as much as like a Badger State hot farm class. It was insane. Greg Lee's like, I'm going to go pull farm stock. So it was fun.
Yeah.
But their sponsorship support is phenomenal down there, and just happy for them. It's fun to hear big success and see big crowds and stuff like that. So,
and I know Bill Smith and Lee Ruff and Mark Ruff over the years have worked really hard to build that farm pull up, and they've done a great job.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yep.
Totally. Well, Greg, thanks for coming on tonight. Thank our sponsors again of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Please.
Yep, I think Matt Castor, Trip Downing, Don Slama, and Ed Casper. Without them, we could not do this.
Very true.
If anybody else wants to help sponsor, we'd be greatly appreciated.
Yep.
So,
and again, the summer format is going to be for all you fans. During pulling season, this show is always going to be. We're going to recap the previous weekend, just like we did. Update points, results. Celebrate our winners. Play some video. Ryan and Chandler have been making some great videos, and then we'll talk about upcoming events. And then this winter is when Greg and John will get back into the shop tours, and we have some other ideas kicking around yet that we don't want to announce.
Yep.
But it's going to we're going to take it to the next. We're going to take it to the next level with some exclusives and different things like that. But all this takes time, and it also takes the support from sponsors like that we have on the show. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us every Monday night. Again, you can listen to this on iTunes and Spotify anytime. Just go to Let's Grow Pulling and then search for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Every single episode, throw in your earbuds and go farming and listen to them at work. So, Greg, anything else, buddy?
Nope, that's all I got. So.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. Thanks for being El Presidente. I know it's not always fun because everybody always wants a piece of you, but you always keep it calm and cool and collective, and you're a fantastic leader. So thank you for everything.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you for the kind. Yep. Thank you.
You didn't know what to say. I just gave you a compliment. I got you a little tongue twisted there, didn't I?
Yeah. Oh, I will probably win this stupid game.
Oh, I love it. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Thank you. See ya.